Hey guys, it's Color Studios here. In today's video, I decided to take a drive down 537 to Jackson Township, New Jersey to go to Prospertown Lake, which is the lake located adjacent to Six Flags Great Adventure. Took the drone out, and I want to make it very clear I never flew over Great Adventure's private property. Stood over the lake the whole time, did not impede on their property at all. Just want to get that out of the way, but decided to take a look at what has been going on at Great Adventure in the off-season so far. Now I want to preface, I was not really expecting to see very much. Park has only been closed for the season for 10 days, so you'll see a lot of stuff still lingering around from Holiday in the Park and stuff, but we are going to take a look and see if there's any progress on Flash, on the pathway, and what has been done at the park so far. So the way this video is going to be formatted, you'll see a lot of the nice, gentle cinematic footage from the drone with some music. Then I'll jump in now and then to point out different things I noticed from the footage, so enjoy. So right here, I was trying to see if I could find anything new next to Nitro in the Backstage area. This is typically where they'll store a lot of larger ride parts, so I would anticipate seeing Flash track and supports here. And unfortunately, you can see nothing there quite yet, at least nothing notable for Flash or anything other than that. So I did want to take a look, but unfortunately didn't really see anything here. But we're going to pan around and look at the rest of the park. Right here, I was just taking another closer look around the park without really focusing in on one specific area. I do wind up panning back around to Nitro. Again, you can see nothing really new over in the Backstage area. And for those of you wondering about Nitro's repaint, again, we don't know that it's happening in 2024. It could be pushed to 2025. That's what I'm assuming. As we pan around Nitro here, you can see there isn't really any signs of new paint on the tracker supports. So, like I said, my guess, probably pushed to the next year because they are doing a lot. Remember that Flash originally really wasn't intended for Great Adventure. We know from the earnings call that it was a last-minute addition to the park. So I imagine there's a lot more work to do for that project that they were going to use for Nitro's repaint, but they had to allocate those resources elsewhere, of course to Flash, plus the Dream Street pathway, the Ferris wheel restoration, log flumes restoration. There's a lot going on in the park, plus Savannah Sunset over in the Safari, so my guess is that Nitro will have to wait another year until it can get its much wanted repaint. Now I'm going to take a look at the part I'm sure you've all been waiting for, which is the update on Flash. Now, like I said, unfortunately, not really any visible tracker supports on site quite yet. If they were delivered, I'm guessing they're storing them elsewhere because I couldn't see them anywhere in the park or in the Backstage area over there. But what I did notice is a few updates over on the Flash site. For one, you can see that the fence on the path to Cyborg, that will soon be the Flash path, I guess you could call it, has been taken down. So it is ready to be demoed and worked in. So that fence is now gone. You can also see that there are some parts next to Justice League. You see those two containers, the trailers almost, those have been there, but there's also a couple other things laying on the ground there that look to be covered. Could be parts for Flash. My guess is that they're going to try to store whatever they can right behind Justice League. That way, as they're constructing the coaster, it's going to be a lot easier for them to reach over there and grab it. Additionally, I was able to notice a machine on the far end of the coaster near the main pathway up by the games area and the restrooms for Old Country. So it looks like they may have cleared out some of that area tree-wise. You can see that there is a machine right there next to the restroom sign. And of course, it's very difficult to tell because the drone quality is only so high. You can't zoom in forever. But it does look pretty cleared out in that space where Flash will occupy. That's where the far end of the coaster is with that sort of non-inverting dive loop thing it has down there. But otherwise, not really seeing anything Again, very difficult. It was much easier to check on Jersey Devil construction updates from the lake than it is for Flash. Flash is pretty much in the dead middle of the park, so it is a little difficult to reach over there, but hopefully you guys can find other things I might have missed, and I'm sure we'll see more progress on the coaster throughout the off-season. As I'm panning around the Flash site here, you'll also notice a small machine, again, next to Justice League. I believe that's the Bobcat that's been there for a little while now. I do recall seeing that back in December at the park. So my guess is probably that is the same one, but like I said, there is definitely a lot of stuff going on at the Flash site. They don't have major parts yet from what we can see. For all we know, they could have been delivered and they're being stored elsewhere, like I said, but they definitely have gotten started, which I know a lot of people have been saying that they're not expecting Flash to open early, which in my opinion, I think Flash is going to be a coaster that goes up much faster than people are expecting it to. There's not really much to it in terms of footers. It's a fairly manageable amount. It's not a giant layout, and it's all pretty contained in one area, so the equipment's not really going to have to move very far. Unfortunately though, we are probably going to have that path closed for a little while, but my guess is that Flash will probably open in May, June, July at the absolute latest, so that's my guess for that. But looking around the park again, you could see a blue and white sort of platform lift on Main Street towards the front near the entrance. If I had to guess, they're probably using this to take some of the Holiday in the Park lights down. I'm not sure if the ones that are on those buildings stay up year round. Truly, I can't remember. Though its location definitely could be something for Flash, but my guess is probably leaning more towards something regarding Holiday in the Park takedown. You could also see, kind of barely really because the giant wheel blocks it, but the Christmas tree is down, so the fountain is there without the Christmas tree, and you can also see that Green Lantern does not have the new decal on quite yet. If I had to guess, they're probably going to put that on as late as they possibly can. That way it'll last that much longer. We've been waiting to see the new decal for a while now. The old one was fading, then they took it down, ordered the new one, and we're ready to go, so I'm sure come opening day this year we will see the new decal on Lantern sign. And I do briefly just want to touch on a couple of the other things that I'm sure you guys are wondering about that you really just can't really see, or there's nothing new about them. So for starters, the parachutes, obviously you can see throughout the whole video here that they are still standing. As far as I know, they are planned to be demolished for the 2024 season. That could have changed, it could be delayed, I'm not really too sure. Quite honestly, I'm a little surprised to see that they're not demoed yet. You can't really see anything being done at the ground level just because of where the drone is. You can't get it over there to really be able to get a good look at it, but Parachute Tower is still standing. Also can't really tell anything regarding the new brick path or the path from King Takata El Toro. It's just too far away to really be able to see with the drone, unfortunately. I was able to see that it looks like there's still dirt on the ground over by the tents where the brick pathway is going to be, but again, that's very difficult to tell from this far away. Additionally, seeing any progress on Savannah Sunset is pretty much impossible from over here. It is way on the other side, so we're really not going to be able to see any kind of progress on Savannah Sunset from the off-season updates. But with that being said, as we pan away from the park, that is going to conclude this off-season drone update for Six Flags Great Adventure. I know there wasn't really too much to see, but it was cool to see some of the Holiday in the Park stuff being taken down, and some small little updates here and there that I'm sure will lead to much bigger stuff down the line. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to see some more off-season drone updates, please let me know down in the comments. Like and subscribe to Hollywood Studios, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, guys.